Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm so excited to be on day 11. Heck no. On day 12 out of 25. I am so excited to have made it this far, not even gonna lie. We are exhausted, very, very exhausted. And if you guys are actually keeping up with my videos, y'all know that I had some technical difficulties. So if you are watching this here now being posted, you're watching it live right this second. I posted day 11 a few hours ago. So a huge shout out to all of you that checked up on me. I was very heartwarmed and felt very special because a lot of you did message me like, hey, what's going on? So thank you guys so much for checking up on me. It makes me feel so loved. That being said, I did do a giveaway in that video. Unfortunately, I cannot congratulate you like personally by name, but we're gonna be inserting the giveaway winner here. So congratulations. Make sure you message me on Instagram within the next 24 hours so that you do not forfeit your prize and it gets sent to the next person. Always, always, always remember your daily reminder. Do not let these scams get you. I always announce my giveaway winners in my videos and not in the comment section. Now, getting into the nitty gritty of the video, we're gonna be testing out the Get Nailed 32 acrylic powders by Natali Carmona. If y'all don't know who Natali Carmona is, you must be living under a rock. She's been in the YouTube game for a while now. She is a fellow nail tech content creator. We love supporting my girls. Now, that being said, I've been wanting to buy her stuff for a while now. Black Friday sale came around and I was like, let me snatch those up really quick. So I ordered two of her collections, one being the core acrylic powders and the other one being her nude collection. So these are colored acrylics as well in nudes and browns and delicious neutral colors that I am absolutely obsessed with. We have her beautiful packaging. I love this. Y'all know black is my thing. We have the clear bottom, which allows us to see the difference in the colors. That way we just kind of grab and go. And then they're labeled very nicely on the bottom. Now, price point to these powders. This 2-ounce container came in a pack of 6 for her core acrylic little bundle. These containers are your standard 2-ounce containers that for the most part companies use. 2 ounces for whatever reason in the nail industry is like a staple size for a container. A pack of 6 came and I paid $85 for this kit. Now I used my noodles a little bit and $85 in 6 powders came up to $14 per container, which for 2 ounces is a pretty good price. And of course, when you have sales and stuff, I did save a little bit more money on that as well. So always take that in consideration as well. Now, when it comes to the nude acrylic little bundle that I got, this one comes in 0.7 ounces. Same logo, black top, clear bottom. We love that. These are tiny, not gonna lie, they are really little. I paid for 8 of these different colors, $75. You're talking a little bit under $10 per container. Now, do I think it's crazy expensive? Slightly. The colors, spoiler alert, are absolutely stunning. So I am obsessed and I'm definitely not mad at my purchase at all whatsoever. We will get into the actual details of the formula, the colors and everything once we're in the actual video. Now, before we get into the video, I also wanted to kind of just give you guys a little background on how I came up with the design, just because I feel like I talk about it a lot. Sometimes we have creativity block. I suffered from that like right before we started our nail Christmas series. Now, this beautiful, stunning design that I am doing for you guys today in today's video, I actually got inspo off of a set of sneakers that someone customized, and we will insert that photo here. But I wanted to share that information with you guys because I feel like we don't ever think like, oh, I love this pattern if it had a pattern. Use that pattern, translate it onto a set of nail art, and boom, you have a beautiful design. Now, without further ado, since the intro is extremely long, let's get right into the video. Getting right into the video, we're going to start off by prepping our brush. I purchased the number 12 Natali Carmona brush, just because I felt like I love testing brushes and sharing with you guys new ones that I find. Especially if they're your vibe, definitely love to share them. So I'm just kind of prepping it. They do come with a sticky residue that holds the bristles together, so you want to make sure that you fully remove that before you get into your acrylic application. So I'm just doing that now. I first run my fingers without no product, and then I dip my brush in monomer, and then I do the same thing again and then set it aside. We're going to be going over the core colors from her acrylic collection. This one here is Real Nude, super pretty. It's very pink, so if you guys like a perfect pink nude, that one's gonna be it. Next we have Perfect Pink, and this one has like a more of a mauve tone to it. Now always remember, against white it's gonna look different than on a skin tone. Here we have Pinkalicious. Again, I feel like from what I've gathered so far, they are very opaque, which is extremely rare when it comes to core acrylics. Next we have Blanca, which is just their white powder. And then here we have Natural Beauty. It's gonna be like a frosty, milky white. Not super see-through, but not opaque at all. And then lastly, we have Pretty in Pink, which is the most vibrant pink of the collection. So if you guys are a pink gal, definitely check this one out. It's super pretty. And then here's a quick little close-up so that we can grasp all the colors. They're really pretty, and definitely love all of the tones. So make sure you guys go check these out. Now the only other collection on her website at the time was the nude collection, so y'all already know that I had to get those. I love my nudes neutrals. So first we have Peachy, next we have Chocolate, and honestly speaking, that is a beautiful chocolate color. I'm so excited because I love my browns and all of the neutral colors. Next we have Satin Brown, which is going to be a deeper brown, definitely very dark. And then we have Sugar, which is gonna be like kind of like a, it reminds me of Teddy Bear from Kiara Sky, which I love that color, so definitely excited to have another one. And then we have Honey, super pretty. Definitely does not look like the color Honey, but we'll go with it. And then next we have Amore. This one is the one that I'm going to be using in today's video. It's like the more lighter nude color, has pinky undertones as well. So next we have Blush. This one has like a mauve color to it, still in the brown family obviously. And then lastly we have Dusty Rose, which is gonna be kind of a orangey color, I would say. And then again, a nice up close and personal, super cute. I love the color selection. So excited to be adding these to my collection. So definitely recommend check them out. I'll give you guys all my final thoughts towards the end on the powders and everything like that. Now getting started, we're going to be going in with my pre-prepped practice hand. For those of you that are curious, this is the Vita Bella practice hand in tone V3. And if you guys did not know, I have a discount code for the entire month of December for 15% off. So if you guys are trying to get a last minute gift for someone or just want to purchase one for yourself, it's a really good investment. You will get 15% off the entire month of December. So make sure you guys use VEE as your discount code when you are checking out. Now getting into our acrylic application, like I said, I'm using that color Amore, however you pronounce that. And I'm gonna be going in and applying that regular acrylic application. I love to always lay my powder the same way. That way I can fully grasp how the product works and whether it's gonna work well for my application process. Now everyone has different likes, tastes, and everything like that. So I always give you guys my opinion, and then of course take it, leave it, or try it out for yourself. Now right off the bat, I was a little bit scared because whenever I would apply the bead onto the nail, it did look a little bit marbleized, but I kid you not, as soon as I touched my brush back onto that bead to blend it out, the marbleization was gone. So I 100% think that it may have been just because the product was packaged, shipped to me, you know, and then the products kind of settle and I did not mix them. So I will not say that it's something that has to do with the actual powder. I definitely think that it's like a me problem. So just wanted to throw that in there. If you guys notice some marbleization throughout the application process, you don't have to worry about that because it literally blends right out. Now, another thing that I did notice is that it is extremely opaque for a cover powder, which I absolutely really like. Not only is it going to allow me to expand the amount of colors that I can use for my backfills that I typically do, but the coverage is just perfect. You don't have to lay it on there super thick to get a good, nice, even color. It just blends out super nicely. I love a good buttery blendable acrylic, and even more if it is very opaque. So I definitely really love these. And then also the nude acrylic colors were just that as well. So definitely really excited to have these in my collection. Let me know down below if you guys have tried her products and if you guys agree with me, or if y'all don't like them. Just give me your thoughts down below. But I absolutely adore the colors. The selection is beautiful. The formula is amazing. Now for reference, I am using her brush, as you can see. Definitely really good brush as well. I'm not having any issues with it. The bristles are nice and sturdy. They're not going all over the place. A lot of the time we'll have new brushes that lose a lot of bristles. I didn't experience that at all with this one, so that is always a really good thing as well. It's kind of annoying to have to pick out little bristles that get left behind with the new brush. And then for my monomer, I am using the not polished monomer, so you guys can kind of get an idea of how the product works. Now I totally should have ordered her monomer. Don't know why I didn't, but definitely regret not doing so I can give you guys like a full grasp of her entire kind of little kit she has. Now, if you guys are interested in shopping her website, she recently launched, as of today, she launched a new collection, and it's her Christmas acrylic collection. So if you guys want to try that out as well, definitely go check it out. I'm sure that it is going to be bomb as well, since these already have such good formula. I'm sure the other ones do as well, and the colors look amazing, perfect for the Christmas season. So I'm gonna go ahead and just finish my application. I'm only showing you guys this process on a few nails because we got lots of nail art to do, and I feel like the acrylic application is super basic. I just wanted to test these out. I did obviously do the entire set, so my opinions and full view is based off of 4 nails, and I am absolutely obsessed with it so far. Now I am doing this video out of the comfort of my home. Y'all already know how that goes. I always forget some products. I did not realize that I didn't have a 5-in-1 bit, or really any bit that I wanted to use. So we're just gonna go straight in and buff the nail with a sanding band and mandrel bit. I have my Efile at a speed of 9,000 RPMs, and I'm just pretty much going in and buffing that nail into smoothness. Now I do lay my acrylic as smooth as possible, so the filing process is very minimal. So I could definitely do this and bypass the 5-in-1 bit, but I use the 5-in-1 bit to go in around that cuticle area, so reason why I wish I would have had it. But no worries, I improvised a little. So I'm just taking this again, very light pressure, speed of 9,000 RPMs, going over the entire surface, making sure everything is nice and smooth. And now I'm gonna be going in with this under the nail bit. I believe that's what it's for. I'm using it to make the acrylic nice and flush to the natural nail, which is what you wanna do. You wanna make sure you are sealing that cuticle, otherwise it will lift if it is too thick. So make sure you guys do not skip this step. I'm taking this at a speed of 10,000 RPMs, and I'm just going around that cuticle, making sure everything is nice and smooth and flush. I'm going in with my Tammy Taylor peel and stick file, filing those sides of the nail, making sure everything is nice and straight. I want my shape to be super squared. So I'm gonna make sure that I hold my file nice and straight up. The only time that I kind of angle it downwards is when I'm trying to get rid of those little plastic areas, and I wanna make sure that it is nice and straight underneath as well. So other than that, I kind of hold it very straight up and down to the sidewall of the nail. I'm going in with my buffer from Kiara Sky, cleansed with the lint free wipe and a little bit of Young Nail Swipe. Now for our color that I'm using here, it's like a cream beige off-white type of color. I used a mixture of white as my base, a little bit of the maroon color that I'm going to be using a little bit later on in the video, and then I put a little bit of yellow as well to neutralize it. So that is how I got my cream color. I feel like a lot of the time we overthink color mixes, but if you kind of just mess around with colors, mix them up, you will kind of grasp a hold of like how to formulate a different color. I'm really good at mixing my own colors just off the top of my head, so I think that is a really good thing to practice. It's all about paying attention to the undertones of the color they want or the color that you envision. Now for the design, I'm going to be using kind of more of like just random spots on the nail. I love this look for any type of design, and I haven't done it in a while, so I figured I would go ahead and do it for this one. I didn't want to do something basic like a French or a V-cut or half of the nail kind of thing, so I figured I would go with this. I love the look of it, especially with designs on them, especially with matte, so reason why we're going to be doing that on this set. So I ended up curing that in the light for a full 60 seconds, and then I did a second coat. So there are 2 coats of that cream color because I wanted it to be nice and opaque as my base. And then we're going to be going in with our pattern. Not quite sure what this specific pattern is called, but I'm going to go with plaid stitched fabric. Okay, that's the look that we're going for. But we're starting off with a liner brush and my maroon color that I mixed. If you guys are interested in how I mixed that, I took red as my base, a little bit of black, and then I added some purple in there to make it the perfect maroon color. So we're starting off with a grid, and I simply just did it the size that I wanted. 100% recommend doing bigger squares just because it's going to take less time for you to do. I ended up doing that towards the end, like on the pinky and the ring fingers, so you'll kind of see the difference in that. Now when it comes to the pattern, my vision, I honestly didn't know what the heck I was doing, but I figured I would just kind of go with it and see what it looked like. So for the pattern specifically, if you do not want to mess it up, pay close attention to the pattern that I'm doing and then kind of implement that if you guys are wanting to recreate this design as well. So for our first row, you can honestly start wherever. I just started on the easiest route, but I'm going vertically up and down, and then I'm infilling the pattern by going solid, crisscross, solid, crisscross, solid, crisscross until I get to the bottom. Now on our next row, I'm gonna find my nearest solid color on my first row that I did, and right next to it towards the left, we're gonna be doing the crisscross pattern. So it's gonna be the same pattern as we did vertically, same pattern going horizontally to the left. I feel like that's like the easiest way of explaining that. And just by visually looking at it, you guys can understand what I'm saying, right? I hope so. So now that we did that crisscross one, right next to that, we're gonna do the solid, because again, we're doing solid, crisscross, solid, crisscross. So I feel like that's like the easiest way of explaining it. And then now that we have that solid color, we're gonna go vertically and infill the rest of those with the crisscross pattern. So we're pretty much skipping one row vertically because we want to implement the cream color in there. Otherwise, you would just infill all of it with the same pattern, but I wanted to keep that cream color in there. And then again, very, very, very kind of a good thing that I did it messy, because I feel like it looks a little bit more realistic if I would have done it like super, super perfectly. I'm just, you know, trying to make myself feel better for the lack of straight lines that I did with the crisscross type of stitch design. And I'm just kind of cleaning up any little areas that I messed up. That is the beauty of it. Once you cure your bottom layer, you can go in and wipe the entire red if you messed up completely. Go in and wipe it, and you don't have to worry about the cream color getting messed up. And again, for reference, I'm using the frosting gel paints for today's video, along with the Not Polish liner. I wish I had my longer bristled one, because that one is always a must when it comes to doing like the little grid and long lines. But I couldn't find it, so I just used my Profiles ones, which those are really good too, but I messed up the bristles. I think I let something dry on there, so it's very, very stiff. Now, y'all already know we're going to be using some molding gel again. This has become an obsession of mine, so please prepare to see more molding carving gel on my channel. I'm going to at least use it one more time for something completely different, but I'm going to use it again. Now, I want to make a cream color that kind of matches the undertones of the color that I used as my base, but I'm still gonna make it a little bit darker so that it stands out a little bit more and it gives like that yarn type of feel to it. Now, I started off, first of all, way too dark using white, brown, and yellow. It looks like a really pretty nude color, but just not the vibe that I was going for. And once my nails finished curing, I went ahead and took them out and started matte top coating them as my base so that I do not forget afterwards. And then I'm going to continue to mix my little color that I'm creating. Here I'm using the Matte It from Not Polish, fully covering the entire nail with this. You can always do like one section of the nail, kind of leave the nude shiny, or leave the pattern with the shiny. I probably should have done that. That would have looked really, really cute. So I'm just going to gradually continue to add white in there until I get the color that I want. And I'm honestly glad that I ended up needing to mix in so much white, because at the end it ended up being the perfect amount of molding gel mix that I needed. I'm going in with my molding gel. Now that I am content with the color, my nails are fully dry, I can start going in with my nail art. Now, if you guys missed my last video where I used molding gel, it's actually the design that I have on my right hand. As you can see, the little peppermint or spearmint ones, definitely check that out. But I'm using that same process. We're going to be rolling out a thin layer of that. And then I'm actually going to be folding it in half to make my life a little bit easier, picking that up, and we're rolling it to create that little spiraled yarn type of feel to it. And then I'm simply going to put it on the nail, and I'm going to outline that design that I did. So I'm going to lay it on there. And a good way to get it to stay on there is to simply pinch the sides of where it's going to end, and then figure out where you want your yarn or whatever you're doing laid. So I'm going to focus on getting that adhered on there. I started noticing the more that I use it, I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with it, and I kind of know how to mess with it. Definitely a lot easier if you do not have nails on. Just saying. So there I got kind of like the amount that I needed for that nail. I'm going to stick it on there by pressing it onto the nail and cutting off the excess, and then I'm going to focus on moving it into the position that I want. Next step is going to be getting a brush with a little bit of alcohol acetone. I'm using my Young Nail Swipe, and then I'm using that to melt it onto the nail so that it all adheres. Otherwise, it'll probably just crack in the middle. So I'm going on the edges, on the inside, and just making sure that I am kind of melting that onto the surface. And I'm pretty much going to add this to all of the nails wherever the end of the design is. And I'm kind of curving it here and there to make it look a little bit cuter. Now, once we're done, I am actually going to be doing a bow on the ring finger. I kind of went back and forth on the process that I wanted to take with this, but I didn't want it to be super, super bulky. Like, I already knew a bow was going to be ginormous on there. So in order to make it less bulky than it needed to be, I'm going to go in with one little folded bow area. And y'all saw how I did that, again melting it on there. Doing the second one by just kind of pushing the two ends together, and there I'm going to cut off the excess because I feel like it was too big. So I'm just folding it into the length that I want and then cutting off the excess using my handy dandy tweezers. They have been coming in clutch lately. I'm going to apply that on there, again pressing the edges of it onto the nail, and then I start melting it all together. The bottom layer of that design is already cured onto the nail, so I just want to melt it onto the other side of that bow. And then we're going to be doing the little hangy part, the ends of the ribbon. Or I guess this is like a shoelace, right? Not an actual ribbon. And to do that, I'm kind of bending it in half. I honestly struggled again. Y'all have no idea. Like, this looks super easy, but with my nails, I definitely did a lot of like, why am I doing this? Why do I get myself in these situations? And then I'm gonna be pressing that into place and making sure that it is all perfectly stable. Then we're gonna be curing it into the light for 60 seconds. I like to do 2 rounds just to be safe. That pretty much concludes today's video. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a ton, and I'll see you guys next time.